important reactions coming in, this time from Ukrainian President Zelensky. In an address to the citizens of Russia amid the Ukrainian crisis, he said, and I quote, "Today I initiated a phone call with the Russian Federation president, which resulted in silence. This step could become the beginning of a big war." He further said that if Russian leadership doesn't want to sit down for peace, then maybe it will sit down at a table with you. Do Russians want war? I would very much like to answer this question, but the answer depends only on you, the citizens of the Russian Federation, unquote.
Also, UN Chief Antonio Guterres has once again appealed to Russian President Vladimir Putin to give peace a chance. The UN chief has appealed, and I quote him here, "Indeed, an operation is being prepared by Russian President Vladimir Putin should stop your troops from attacking Ukraine and give peace a chance," unquote.
And some more important developments. Ukraine has said that it has restricted civilian flights in its airspace due to potential hazard. Hours after a conflict zone monitor warned airlines should stop overflights over the risk of an unintended shoot-down or cyber attack.
Also, a special flight of Ukraine International Airlines has landed at the Delhi airport from Kiev at 7:45 a.m. this morning with 182 Indian citizens. That includes students. So even as Ukraine and Russia is on the boil, the evacuation flight has landed in Delhi in India, and 182 Indian civilians were on board that flight. And the crisis in Russia and Ukraine has escalated as the Russian President Vladimir Putin has in fact announced a military operation in Ukraine. This is a big development that is coming in the wake of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis that we've been talking about. And now, in the midst of that escalation, we've seen a military operation that's taking place in Ukraine. This is being done by the Russian side, even amidst the growing concerns as far as the Western countries is concerned and the diplomatic issues that need resolving and the talks still on. Vladimir Putin goes ahead and announces a military operation. What further can be expected is something that we need to keep an eye on. But this is the latest, a big development coming in from Ukraine, where Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced a military operation. Something to look at, a major development there. This is a fresh input that's coming in as far as the Russian-Ukraine crisis is concerned. Remember, the US and the European Union have already slapped sanctions against Moscow, and this really makes it difficult for Russia to avail any Western financing or access to the markets. But, however, despite all that, the Russian president goes ahead and announces this military operation in Ukraine. And this move also follows Russia recognizing the independence of two regions in eastern Ukraine and ordering troops to move in there. And now a military operation announced.
And not just that, Griha, in fact, Putin has also vowed retaliation against those who interfere with Russian-Ukrainian operation. And this despite all the appeals and all the threats that have been made in the past by the European Union, by the US, and also the fresh appeal, remember, that has come from UN chief to stop Russian troops from attacking Ukraine. But let me go across to Srinjoy for more details on this. So, Srinjoy, the much talked about invasion has finally taken place. Russia has entered Ukraine and has also started its military operations. What is next?
What we have heard all this while is that Russia is going to get involved in special military operations. What that means basically is the fact that this really means the use of commandos, it means the use of paratroopers, it means the use of special weaponry. So if Russia has said that it will do this, well, then clearly the invasion is absolutely imminent.
Also, Srinjoy, the fact that UN chief has warned Putin to actually stop its troops from attacking Ukraine, that warning is also coming on.
Yeah, that warning is fine. But the situation being what it is, if the Russians say that they are going to attack, we will have to see what they will do, because you can see that they have over 100,000 troops in that area. They have their tanks, they have their guns, and they have every bit of equipment necessary for the invasion. Everything is there to the north, in the Belarus area, to the east, in the Donbass area, to the south, in the Crimean area. Everything is in place. That's really the first point. The second point is that this is something that is very apparent. Now there are so many satellites over the Ukrainian border that anyone can see any movement at any time. So as a result, it will be very clear as soon as the invasion happens.
Right. Also, Srinjoy, just in some time, the UN Security Council is once again going to convene over the entire conflict. Does this particular development actually renders that meeting completely insignificant?
No. The important point is, if the UN Security Council is meeting, it is always important. Let's not forget that Russia, America, China, France, Britain, they are all members of the UN Security Council. So a important meeting will be held. Now, India is also part of the UN Security Council. You heard Mr. Tirumurti speak about it. He said very clearly that India wants peace and security. India wants a peaceful resolution of the conflict.
Right. Srinjoy, we're also hearing of massive explosions that are rocking a city in Ukraine. We're talking about the Kramatorsk city in Ukraine. And also, Ukraine has restricted civilian flights in its airspace, and they have cited a potential hazard. All this in the wake of this escalation by Russia.
Undoubtedly, this is a war-like situation. You would expect explosions. You would expect airports to be closed. We are so close to war. So if you are close to war, these things are inevitable. This is bound to happen. And regrettably, the situation has not improved over these last few weeks. So as a result, all of this is absolutely inevitable. We can see that we are very, very close to war. We are on the doorstep of war. And as a result, this situation is bound to happen. Of course, the Ukrainians will close airports. Of course, there will be explosions here and there. This is absolutely inevitable.
Right. Srinjoy, staying with this particular point, Ukraine restricting the civilian flights in its airspace, how is it going to impact the rescue operation, the evacuation operations that are undergoing right now in the country by different countries, including India? Because we have to remember around 20,000 odd Indians are still stuck in Ukraine.
Well, some are beginning to come back. India's calculation is about 12 to 14,000 want to come back. And most of them are actually in the Kiev area. So the point here is that these military airports these eastern airports will be closed just for the night. They are open during the day. So if they are open during the day and Indian flights are coming out of Kiev, then it is expected that all those Indians who want to come back from Ukraine will converge towards Kiev. And when they converge towards Kiev, then, of course, things will work out.
Also, Srinjoy, we are also looking at so many developments that are coming in while this crisis is going on. We've also spoken about the Pakistan premier visiting Russia. All this in the midst of, obviously the escalation has happened now. So how significant will all this be, despite the fact that the escalation is currently on and Russia has gone ahead and attacked the territories in Ukraine?
Well, as far as a minor player in the world and in the area, so whether Imran Khan is there or not does not change anything. The point is, this is naturally not going to be liked by the West. And even as far as Russia is concerned, the point is that Russia's closest friend is India. So Russia will not improve relations to such an extent that Pakistan will become a favored friend, primarily because India continues to be a strategic partner.
Shinja, thank you so much for getting us all those details and updates on this very, very big story and a very big development taking place right now in Russia-Ukraine conflict, where Putin has announced military operation in Ukraine and in fact has also warned all those who are willing to interfere in this entire matter. And another important update, of course, is that amidst all these tensions and escalation, Ukraine has restricted flights of civil aircraft inside the country.